Monster Hunter Heaven and Hell, a mod that adds elements of the Monster Hunter series into Minecraft. You wanna fight the Yian Kutku? You got it. You wanna fight the Nargacuga? You got it. You wanna get stun locked by a monster into instant death? You have got it. The mod aims to bring the Monster Hunter experience into Minecraft, not exactly one-to-one, but accurate enough, with its own twist to make things more interesting, and to make the mod feel not that intrusive to Minecraft's base mechanics. Sure, there are a lot of game-changing additions, but none that will particularly change the very fundamentals of how you play. But, that being said, there are still game-changing additions. So I made this brief video to just barely go over the most prominent changes that you will experience in your playthrough of Monster Hunter Heaven and Hell. Armor buffs. Completing an armor set grants you buffs. The stronger the armor set, the better the buffs. And some armor sets have special requirements too. Oh my god, that voice crack was insane. Better buffs, such as being in certain terrains, falling under a certain HP percentage, and so on. Classes. Melee and ranged classes exist in M3H, with specific armor sets giving class-specific buffs. However, there are also restrictions in M3H. Using melee weapons with ranger-specific armor and vice versa have some very dire effects. And speaking of these effects, Guard Crush and Weighed Down. M3H adds quite a number of debuffs to the game, with more to come of course, but none are quite as deadly as Guard Crush and Weighed Down. Guard Crush is inflicted on melee armor bearers using a ranged M3H weapon, and this'll effectively double the damage you take as long as you have the debuff. Weighed Down is inflicted on ranger armor bearers using a melee M3H weapon, and it basically slows you down to the point of immobility. However, some armors are able to wield both melee and ranged weapons, but the more class-specialized ones will not be able to. Wild Assault. Wild Assault is a powerful attack that all large boss monsters have global access to. A boss performing a Wild Assault generally has three parts: the startup, the build-up, and then the attack itself. When a monster performs a Wild Assault, they will launch themselves away and vanish. Upon this happening, a warning indicator will appear at the player's location, and after a short period of time, the monster will crash down on the targeted location, destroying nearby blocks. If the player is hit, they will receive gigantic amounts of damage, as well as making the area of destruction even larger. Wild Assaults serve as a small window for the player to retreat and get a couple of heals in or set up a powerful attack. It rewards careful play and punishes reckless abandon. It also prevents cheesing by stopping players from getting a free monster kill off of a stuck monster or a monster that players have managed to cage in somehow. Those are basically the most prominent parts of Monster Hunter Heaven and Hell that you're going to encounter. I'd say the most important one is Wild Assault and armor buffs, considering that Wild Assault means that monsters can actually destroy blocks around you, which means that they're actual real dangers to your world now, so you have to be very careful not to let any near your base. And armor buffs because, you know, free buffs 24/7, hell yeah. So that's about it. Those are basically the biggest changes as of now that M3H will add to your world and to your playthrough. Good luck in your journey, brave hunter, and charge forth, conquer heaven and hell.